Welcome to our little segment on getting your video broadcast ready for NCTV Channel 18. Very cool that you're interested in premiering your content with us. So, first thing, you will have to create and add a lower third to your video using After Effects and Premiere Pro. When you have those programs, you're going to send your email to me, Andrew, at nctv18.org. And then I will share with you our Google Drive folder, which is called Premiering on NCTV 18, which is up here. So actually, will be the thing you will see. Click on that. And in that folder, you will see Ready for Broadcast videos and the template for the lower thirds. You're going to download this. Now, I've already downloaded it, which is right here. So I'm not going to do that again. Open it, and you will see a template for you to enter your information, your project title, the date, and also a subtitle if you wish to do so. Here we are, program title. So put in your own information. I'm going to click on program title, and I'm going to call this Cool Kid Show. Subtitle. Why don't I just put my name with Andrew Cromarty. Definitely double check your spelling. It is annoying to misspell something and then have it be broadcast. And then the date. So today is March 19th, 2017. Okay, we are ready to go. I'm just going to test this by clicking onto the timeline here, pressing spacebar to play it. It looks great. It slides in, it fades in, and then after a second, it will then slide out and fade out. Great, looks great, love it. So, I'm going to export this by clicking on File, Export, Add to Render Queue. This is something old, so I'm just going to get rid of this. Here we are, our render settings. We want to click on Best Settings. It went over to another window for me because I have two monitors, so I'm just going to drag it over here. This is what pops up. You're just going to click on OK. Do not need to change anything. Then you're going to click on Lossless. Again, that went over to my other monitor, so I'm just dragging it over here. And this is how we want it to look. Format QuickTime. Channels. The only thing we're going to change is the RGB plus alpha. We want that alpha channel. Click on OK. Then we're going to title this. I'm going to say that it was 2017, March 19th, Cool Kid Show. Put it on the desktop. And I'm also going to say that it is a lower third. That way so I can identify this file, because I'm going to be dragging and dropping it into my Premiere file. Click on Render. It will render. Should not take too long. There we go. And the next I will drag it into my Premiere project. So I can get rid of this. I'm going to now click on the Premiere Project file. It will open up. I've created an example project for us. So once it opens up, it's actually an old Board of Selectmen meeting. I know, it's super exciting. So here's your project. Here's the file. It's the lower thirds. I'm just going to drag it and drop it into here, and it will now show up in my project. Now I'm going to find the beginning of my video by zooming into my timeline here. Let's go to the beginning. Here's the very beginning of my video. I'm going to drag and drop the lower third in the beginning here, and you will see that it will, I'm going to press play, and then it fades in. Cool Kid Show with Andrew Cromarty, and then it will fade out. So we want it to show over the whole video. So I'm going to stop. I'm going to click on C, which is the blade for cutting. I'm going to cut after the fade in and slide in, and I'm also going to cut before the exit transition. So there are 2 cuts in the middle there, but do not cut during the transition. Cut after the first transition and before the second transition. So now I'm going to hit V, go to my regular arrow selector tool. I'm going to click on the ending. I'm going to click, or I'm going to press Command or Control X, which is going to cut that last piece of it. We're going to paste it at the end. So I'm now going to click on down. That's going to bring me to the very end of my project, the down key right here. This is the end of it. Oh, there's the end. Now I know. So I'm going to paste at the end, Command V or Control V. Here's the end of our title. Drag it over, have it connect with the last transition, however you want to do it. So here it is now, but now we've got to fill in the rest. So I'm going to activate whatever track it's on. When that's activated, then when I press up and down, it will bring me directly there. So I'm going to press up. It will now bring me to the beginning, as you've seen. Here's the beginning, here's the beginning, here's the middle. I'm going to click on R, which is going to be my time changing tool. Click and hold at the end of the middle section. Click on the backwards / key, which is right under the delete key. That's going to bring your whole timeline into view. You still are clicking and holding with the end of the middle section here with your time changing tool. You're going to drag it all the way to the end. Once it's at the end here, you see how it snaps. Let go, and voila. We now have our lower third. I'm going to go to the beginning real quick just to test this out. Fade in, slide in, fade in with the text. And look at that. It will go through the entire 1 hour and 42 minutes of content that this is, all the way toward the end. And then I just want to make sure that the transition looks good at the end here. So let's see. There we go. Wonderful. That's it. Now we're going to export this because this is ready for broadcast. So it's at the end of the timeline. I'm going to click on O for mark an out point. Then Command or Control M, shortcut for exporting. Here we go. We want to format this as an MPEG-2. We are going to go into the multiplexer tab. Click on multiplexer tab, and you want to click on TS. This will make the file an M2T. Name it whatever you need it to name. Add a date in the beginning. It makes it easier for organization with the year first, then the month, and then the day, underscore the name of the project. I already have the location set. Let's go back to video just to make sure it's at 1080, 1920. We want the quality to be 100. We're going to scroll down. Frame rate, the timeline is 29.97. The video clips can be at 24 frames per second, but you do have to export it on a 29 or 30 frame per second timeline in order for it to be able to broadcast on television. If you do 24 as the timeline, it won't read. So remember, 29.97 timeline. Progressive, square pixels, NTSC, profile main level high, that looks great. Now the only thing I recommend is maybe going to 10 for your target bit rate, so it's not a massive file. It brings it down, as you can see here, to 8 gigabytes. If you can keep it under 10, that would be wonderful. So that looks great. You can add it to the queue, or you can export it. And once it's finished exporting, you're going to take that file and you're going to drag and drop it into the premiering on NCTV 18. All right, well, actually, you're going to open that file and you're going to drag and drop the finished video file into the Ready for Broadcast videos. Once that's finished, I'd also recommend exporting an H.264, making it available for our video on demand. So if you can send me the M2T and an MP4, put it in that Ready for Broadcast videos folder, then email me a confirmation email with the name of the file size, and a brief synopsis of the project. And once I get that confirmation email, I will put it onto our FTP. And that is it. Thank you for listening.